What's going on, guys? I just picked this knife up off eBay. It's an old 1970s buck 112. And does anything look out of ordinary on this knife? Notice the non-rounded handle, sharp edges. See that nail nick? This is an old 1970s handle with a brand new 112 420 HC blade. It's refurbished. I got it off eBay. It said it was refurbished, from Buck. I don't know if that's true or not, or if somebody else just did it. But it's pretty cool. It was the outside was all polished, and the inside was filthy dirty. And it wouldn't snap closed. It was weird. It was all polished and super clean on the outside, waxed and everything, with a new blade, and then the inside was all gummed up. So I don't know what that was all about. I mean, it wouldn't snap closed at all. It would just sit wherever you opened it, But I flushed it out and cleaned it, and at first I thought, oh, maybe the spring isn't good, but after I cleaned it out, it's got real good snap now. And so it's a great knife. And I didn't pay much for it. I think like 30 something bucks. So it was a deal. I'm surprised nobody bid on it. And hold on a second. And people say you can't open them with one hand. Well, I just did. This is what the blade that was originally in it would have looked like. No nail nick. This is 440C steel. These were a little thicker back then, especially in the tip, than they are nowadays. This one's actually not too thin. I've seen them where they're real thin. These actually are both pretty thick. But this is what it originally would look like with no nail nick. And so that's what it is. It's an old handle with a new blade, so it's just a really cool knife, and it's super clean, and yeah. Well, that was a pretty good score, man. I actually like the 420HC over the 440C. I've carried the older steels. I've got other ones. This one over here, where is it? If you were to order a buck 112, this is what you'd get, like right now, like a new one. See the handles, how they're rounded? How, like right here, see how smooth that is? Compared to like the old ones, where they're sharp. I like them like this, all squared off. If you look, this one seems to be a little bit more sharp and less squared. This one, it's like every year they got a little bit more and more round. This one's got a little bit of rounding to it. These are from the 70s. If you get them from the early 70s, they'll have these pins on the handles. They'll have 2 pins instead of 3. And if they're a little older than this by a couple of years, these pins will be smaller in diameter. These are both the larger pins. But like right before this, even if they had 3, the older they are, the pins are a little smaller. And then the real early ones have just 1 pin here and then one pin here instead of the 2. And then the real old ones, see those aluminum spacer in the back? It's a brass spacer. I don't have any of those. See how round that is? This is like if you were to buy a brand new one. I did polish that up. It had some pretty harsh grind lines in it. This one, even though it's got a new blade, the grind lines, you can barely see them, so I was pleasantly surprised. Swedge has got some goofy marks on it, but it's centered and all that, so it's okay. Big fingerprint right there, but yeah, and then some of the ones out of the custom shop. If you can see that or not. This one's super thin. Look at how thin that is. But I believe this is S30V steel. It doesn't say on it, so it's hard to know, but I'm pretty sure it is. It says custom on it from their shop, and it's super thin. And it's just a nasty looking blade. See that? And it's real thin on the tip, but it's probably S30V. Because it doesn't look like the normal 420HC blades. And it's rounded, but it's not as rounded as like the brand new one that I got. So anyway, that's a couple look at some buck 112s. These are great if you like 110s and it's not legal. You got a 3-inch blade limit where you live. Then the 112 is the next best thing, and it's got the choil too on it. And they're great knives, you know. It's my favorite. So yeah, I just picked this up. I gotta get some more. There's not too many custom 112s. Whenever I see them, they don't have pins. They just have like a glued in handle scale, and I refuse to buy it like something glued in. I want it should be pinned. And that's what's great about these. No screws will ever come loose. Nothing will ever fall apart. I mean, everything, even from inside, well, you can't see it in the light. Even the spring, it's just like a bar, like a big solid bar. You know, so like they're just super durable, man. They last forever. They really do. And, you know, you can break the tips off them, but, you know, but look how pointy and scary looking, scary sharp these things are. You know, I love the clip point blade, but yeah, you got to be careful with the blade, with the point. Don't pry anything. But if you use it for normal cutting, utility, and I think these are just super tactical, man. These things are nasty. You know, I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah, they really are. Really cool knives. You guys want to see them all together. I'm probably not doing a very good job. Here we go. I'm not really a knife collector. I'm a knife user, and I've had different knives over the years, and Emersons and Spydercos and all kinds of knives. I had a bunch of Emersons, and I sold them all. I bought one 112, and that was it. I said, man, I'm going to get ripped off, because you can buy all these cool knives for a fraction of the cost of an Emerson. And I had an Emerson CQC7 I used, and I used to wave it on my pocket all the time. The liner wore all the way over. I had to send it back to them. They put a new liner in it, but that liner wore out in like 6 months. It's titanium liner on steel, and you know, it's just not a good design. It's just not. So these will outlast any of those knives, and it was a waste of money, man. That's really all that was. Buying that stuff was a waste of money. I can get some more of these though. Whenever I see them like with real nice handles with pins, a lot of times they're really expensive, but they're just really hard to find. They're just really hard to find. So these old ones are great though. You can find these real cheap. They don't cost anything. This was cool. I got an old one with a brand new blade. Brand new blade. Never even used. So I don't. Yep. Pretty sweet, man. Anyway, this is what I just picked up. I was pretty excited about it. It's just so more exciting to buy something too that's just super cool like this, and you didn't spend a lot of money for it. Basically the price of a pizza. Extra large pizza with some, you know, with some soda. And you get something sick like this, you know. Really cool. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.